Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Annie. This is flosstube number 85. And today I have the last of my whips for you. Basically, I did stitch on a different whip every day during the second half of May. So over the last, well, including this one, 2 or 3 videos, you have seen a full-out whip parade. And today I have the last few projects for you. And then today is the last day of May. It's the 31st of May, so therefore tomorrow June starts. So I also have my plans for this week for you. And looking to my left, where all my whips are laying, I think it's going to be a long one. But we'll see about that. I kind of in a rush, so we'll see about that. Okay. First off, let's start with travel stitching. My travel stitching at the moment is a kit by Priscilla. It's called the Tiny Stockings Ornaments. And basically during 11 days at the beginning of May, I started 11 of those stockings. The last 11, the ones that were missing. And the second half of May, whenever I did not finish one of those starts the day I started it, I want to finish them during my travel stitching. So last time we spoke, there were 3 of those left, and the one I was stitching on at the moment, I have to search for it, was this super cute one over here. So I'll show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And I did finish it, so it's super cute. I really love how this one turned out. It's amazing. There are quite a few French knots. Basically, all of them are kind of crooked and not perfect, but I'm kind of happy with the teddy bear's eyes, so at least those kind of worked. But yeah, otherwise, just super cute. Those are all stitched on 14 count Aida. They are 4 inches high, 3.5 inches wide, and yeah, now that one's finished too. And yeah, it's super cute. I really love this one. But yeah, that's that one. And then I had one left with a whole lot of stitching, and then another one with only the back stitching missing. Basically, going in order, I would have, or the first one would have been the one where basically just started. But I really wanted to get another finish in for yesterday. So I decided to go with the one where I'm only missing the back stitching. So the one was this one over here. I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And I finished it. The back stitching took me about 2.5 hours, I think, because there's a lot. In the star on the top of the Christmas tree, there are a few French knots. Not a whole lot, thankfully, because I really don't like them. But yeah, quite a bit of back stitching. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's also very cute. And I'm happy that I finished one more of those. Because now there's only one left and I'm on my last day of May, so hopefully that works out perfectly. The last one that is left is this one in here with the house and the sleigh over here. So I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So I have not done a whole lot and I'm still missing quite a bit. So yeah, I really hope that today I will be able to finish this one, but we are going to talk about that during plans once again. So yeah, but really hoping to finish it today. We'll see. It's a lot to do. This one is quite stitch heavy, and then a lot of back stitching and stuff. So we'll see. Every time I work on this one, it does not go the way I want it to go. So we'll see. Otherwise, it's just coming with me for treble stitching the beginning of June until I finished it. So that should be okay as well. Okay. Yeah, that's been my treble stitching. So now let's move into all the missing whips that I stitched on during last week. On Monday, I did my last video and I already told you which project I'm going to stitch on, and it was Sleepy Hollow by Glennon Place. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. So I'm really looking forward to it being done because I love it. And I showed a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. So I did a lot. Basically, I did those pumpkins, ghosts, and the bat. Which now means this year I want to finish the first row of pages, and the first row of pages cuts in through here. So I just have to fill in everything over here. I did a little bit more in the trees. I think I did that part and filled in a little bit more up here. I did a lot in the moon, filled that one in, and then I started on the pumpkin head over here, the flames that are shooting out of it. Over there, I started that. So no backstitching. I wanted to add some more backstitching, but in the end I decided to just go further with the picture, especially because backstitching the tree, there was moon missing. I first had to do a lot of the moon to actually do all the backstitching I wanted to do. Backstitching over here would have worked, but honestly I just wanted to basically not. If I had taken a backstitch thread, I probably would not have finished it with backstitching those motifs. And there was not a whole lot where I could take it over here, so I decided, I just ran my fingers below something and I got tangled in the spider web over here, and I think I have to repair that. But yeah, that's Sleepy Hollow. It's stitched on 28 count casual in the colorway Haunted by Pictureless Plus. It's the called for fabric, the needleminders from Denka Designs, and yeah, I think it's about the color of the fabric. It's a little bit greener than it shows, but yeah, that's it. I'm gonna bring it a little bit closer once again. I just love this one and I can't wait to get back to that one. And I will, because we're going to talk about this one once again during plans. Which means I'm going to pack it away now. And yeah, you will see it again going to the end of the video. Okay, on Tuesday, I stitched on Mini Canyon Cruncher by Having Enough Designs. The artwork is by Hannah Lynn, and I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. So basically I finished this column over here. Yeah, just fully finished that one. I wanted to move over to the next one as well, but I ran out of time. But at least I finished that one. This one is stitched on 25 count to 110 stitch. Needleminder is from Denka Designs. And yeah, she has an eye. It's not fully finished yet. I have to move a little bit further to the right to actually finish the eye. But I'm really, really happy with where I'm at with this project. It looks amazing. And I can't wait to stitch on it some more. And once again, you will see this one during plans. So yeah, I bring it a little bit closer once again to show you where I'm at, because I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I mean, the coverage is not perfect on the 25 count with the black and 2 strands 10 stitch, but it's okay. From back here, it's okay. So yeah, I'm really happy with that one as well. And can't wait to stitch on it some more this week. But as I said, I will talk to you about that during plans. Okay, let's move to Wednesday. On Wednesday, I stitched on another full coverage piece. Started Keep the Frog Prints by Having Enough Designs. The artwork is by Melanie Dellen. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. So basically, I started another diagonal up here, a diagonal of 10 by 10 blocks, and did around 600 stitches. So this one is stitched on a 32 count ice blue linen 2/110 stitch needleminder, is from Denkai Designs. And I'm so happy because I started her crown. On the Instagram post I wrote it as well, but you couldn't probably see it. But over here, that's her crown, that's her crown, and that's part of her crown. So I'm really happy with that. I bring it a little bit closer, maybe you can see it. But yeah, really happy with that. That means I now have a whole lot of boring background to do before I can move up here, start the next diagonal, and get closer to her crown once again. But I'm just really happy that I managed to do those, that they're in there now. I'm really happy. Really, really happy about that. Can't wait to get back to this one, especially on this one. I have not yet done a whole lot this year. So I think I have about 7,000 stitches left till the end of the year. It's a lot of progress, which is very nice because I will soonish get into her hair as well, which then will be super amazing. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'm happy, really happy with this one. I know you probably cannot see a whole lot of the crown on video, but that's the way it is. I know it's there, and I'm very happy about that. Okay, on Thursday I stitched on another full coverage piece. It was Mini Cinderella by Heaven Enough Designs. The artwork is by Alexandra Daw. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. I don't know if you can see anything. This one is probably my least favorite full coverage piece of all the ones I have started. I still like it, but it's my least favorite. The reason for that being that in the beginning, when I started it, I needed 7,500 and a bit stitches of Krennic. I then decided to not use the number 4 braid of Krennic, but instead go for a blend of the blending filament by Krennic and B5200 to make it not sparkle as much, but a slight sparkle be in there. And then I started stitching, and I really did not feel like stitching with this Krennic. And I did a lot of all those other stitches, as you can see. And I think a few weeks or months back, I decided I'm just going to tackle the Krennic, go through with it, stitch all the Krennic first, and then move on to other colors. So on Thursday, when I started stitching on it, I started with all this Krennic, and I did about 400 stitches, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I cannot stitch on this anymore. But it was like 3 p.m. and I had a whole lot of stitching time left, and I wanted to just throw it in a corner. Then decided I take page number 1 is already done. So on page number 2, I take the color highest up, missing, that is not Krennic. And I did. It was a really dark gray, so I did a lot in here. Over here a little bit, moved further down, and did a little bit over here, I think. So I did that, and then I was like, okay, those were about 100 stitches of something else. I can go back to Krennic now. And I did, I think, round about 100 more stitches of Krennic. So I'm really happy with that. I started filling in a lot over here. I'm getting closer to the point where I ran out of Krennic to stitch on this part of the design. There's a whole lot missing on top. But I'm now below 5,000 stitches of Krennic missing. I have overall reached more than 10,000 stitches done on this whole project. And that also means I have now reached a point of more than 25% done on this piece. I'm getting really, really close to finish. I mean, 25%, that's a quarter, that's a lot already done. All my other projects, I'm like at 10%, maybe going up to 20 on some of the minis. But for example, my supersized ones, or the Dragon Dancer, I'm at 3 or 4% done, maybe 5. So 25 is a lot already done. So I'm really happy about that. And this one is the full coverage piece I want to finish next. just because to get it out of the way, I really like the picture. I not so much like the stitching on it. So to get it out of the way would be amazing. And I'm at 25% already, and I still have about 8,000 stitches missing for my year-end goal. That would get me, I think, above 40% done. So I'm really happy with where I'm at. It's just a lot of chronic. I don't know if I told you yet, it's stitched on 28 count light blue even weave, 1/1 full cross. Needleminder is from Bankai Designs. Yeah, I'm getting closer to finishing page number 2. I think it goes till around there, so there's quite a bit missing. But I'm filling it in slowly, filling all the chronic in very slowly. So I'm happy about that. And now I talk quite a bit about this project, especially in comparison to all the other projects today. But yeah, there was a lot to talk about. So this is Mini Cinderella. And we'll see when I get back to this one. Not this week. Okay, I think we're on Friday now. On Friday, I did stitch on Raven Queen by Mirabilia. That's what she's going to look like when she's done, and I show you a picture of what she looked like last time here. So this is where she's at right now. She stitched on a 32 count grey linen. It's either smoke or pearl grey by Belfast. I totally forgot. She stitched 2/2 full crosses, and the needleminder is from Bankai Designs. So what did I do? Basically, I stitched that part of her shoulder, that black down here, and a lot of the skin, and over here as well. I wanted to finish the skin, fully finish the skin with back stitching and everything, but I finished all the skin stitches, but there are a lot of stitches around the skin that are still missing that I need to first do before I can start back stitching the skin. So I ran out of time for that. But yeah, I finished all the skin stitching. All those holes in here are going to be beads. She is heavily beaded, especially in her face area. There are so many beads. There are a lot of beads missing around here as well. So next time I stitch on this one, I will probably do those few lengths of thread that are missing over here to finish back stitching her skin, and then I can start beading, and yeah, beading a whole lot. But yeah, it will turn out quite beautiful, I think. So I'm looking forward to it. It's just quite a lot of work. And when I'm done with that, I can maybe move into the building on the right. We'll see about that. And move the border further down. But we'll see about that. At the moment, I'm concentrating on finishing the skin and all the colors around. So yeah, this is my Raven Queen. She is beautiful. Yeah, that's her. And then on Saturday, I stitched on a piece I already stitched on once before during May. I'm talking about Colorado Mountains by Golden Kite. I stitched on this one on the 1st of May because it had its birthday on the 1st of May. And thereafter I started my tiny stockings, and then I started with my Loopmania basically. And now this one got called once again. So I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. So this one is stitched on 25 count even weave, and I think white, 2/1 10 stitch. Needleminder is from Bankai Designs. And I started on page number 16 down here, did one column, and yeah, that's been it. So page number 16 will be my 10th page. I have 4 pages done in the first row, 3 in the second, 1 page down here is already done, and now I moved down here for my second page. And hopefully finishing that one soonish. For my year-end goal, I have close to 2,000 stitches missing. So I will be able to finish that partial page down here before I move back up over here again. But yeah, I'm so happy with how it's turning out. And yeah, I just love this piece. It's probably the one, probably after Cinderella, but it's one of the closest ones to being done. I think I'm at over 40%. So yeah, it's probably even closer to being done than Cinderella, thinking about it. I think so. But yeah, I'm really happy with this one and how it looks and how it turns out. I just love it. It's getting close to being halfway done. But yeah, here we go. Color in ones. There are a lot of part threads in here, and I know that. It's just, especially in those mountain areas and the edges around the mountains, those are confetti heavy, like crazy. And also down here, where those orangey patches of the mountains run out and you get in the dark parts of the mountain, those are confetti heavy as well. So yeah, there are a lot of part threads, but I don't mind them. So yeah, here we go. Color amendments. And then we can move on to my last project for Whipmania in the month of May, and basically for my stretched out whip parade. The last one I stitched on was Twisted Band Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. This is what it's going to look like when it's done, except for that corner there's some water damage. Luckily only on the pattern and not on the fabric itself. And also on the pattern you can still read everything, so I don't have to print it out once again. And I can save some of my print. So, printing. Yeah, that's what it's going to look like when it's done. And last time you saw it, I just finished band number 8. So now I had to start on band number 9, which is a cross stitch band once again. So I'll show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. As I said, I started band number 9, made it a bit more than halfway through, I think. There's still a thread on my needle left, but I had to get to work, so I could not continue stitching. It's stitched on a 32 count white opalescent linen. I'm stitching 1/2 the cross stitches and the specialty stitches as indicated on the pattern. The needleminder is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and yeah. Here we go. I'm just really happy with how this is turning out, and I can't wait when I finish this color in this band. There will be another color to finish off that band, and that other color will be green. I will have reached my green, so I'm really looking forward to that. But we'll see whenever this one is coming out again. Not at the moment. And I don't know when it will be, but I'm looking forward to it whenever it does, because it is beautiful and I love it. And honestly, I just also can't wait to get back to the next specialty stitches band, because it always takes a while to get into them, but they're so much fun. It's just, I really like that. So yeah, looking forward to that. Okay, that's everything I stitched on. So let's move on to plans. Today is the last day of May. I probably don't have a lot of time. I hope I can reach all my goals for today, because it's the last day of May. So I want to reach quite a few goals. The first of those goals is finishing off the last of the tiny stockings. Yeah, really hoping that I can finish this one. It would be amazing to actually finish that project during May, because I can cross it off my WIP list if I finish this stocking. And I like those things, especially because after I finish this one, I want to start something new. I have some haul. It's been a while. But yeah, I told you, I think 2 videos back or something, that I was still waiting for an order, and it came in. I'm talking about the Hello Sunshine Tree by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. On the 28th of May, the first part has been released, so 3 days ago. And I think on the 27th of March, the kit arrived, so it was perfect. And I was really happy it worked, because she sent me a shipping notice, I think 2 or 3 weeks back, and sent in the email. She said international shipping can take up to 8 weeks. And with the Brexit and the UK not being in Europe anymore, or in the European Union anymore, it takes quite a bit longer for stuff to reach us here in Germany. So I was really hoping it would at least arrive in the beginning of June, so maybe before part 2 would be released. And it actually arrived the day before part 1 was released, so I was really happy about that. So this is the Hello Sunshine tree, and I forgot something, so I will be right back. This is the Hello Sunshine tree. Those trees, there are 4 for each season, 1 tree. I have stitched 2 of them already. This one is the last one to be released. I have stitched the autumn one, which is called Hello Pumpkin. All of those are stitched on 28 count, 1/1 full cross, and that's how I intend to stitch the Hello Sunshine tree as well. So this is the autumn tree, Hello Pumpkin. And this is the winter tree, Hello Deer. The spring one is called Hello Petal. I have ordered that one, well, quite a bit ago, but I ordered together with a friend, and she was the one ordering, and therefore it arrived at her house. And I don't know why, we have not met in a long time, so I do not have Hello Petal yet. But we're probably going to start it together sometime during winter this year or start of next year to have it done, or to stitch it during spring next year. So there's no rush for that. But Hello Sunshine I want to stitch according to the stitch along, because Hello Petal was also the only one released not as a stitch along but as a whole pattern. This one is released as a stitch along, so I want to go according to the stitch along, and stitch with everyone else. Therefore, I hope to start this one today. Probably just going to start it with whatever time I have left after I finish the stocking. We'll see how much that will be. But I then will take it as my 12 stitching. Those are always kind of nice to take because they have those red cards. And the pattern is not really big, so those are really nice to take with me. So I can take it as 12 stitching until I'm done with part 1. So yeah, that's hopefully being started today. Yeah, and then you will see, I show you a picture of what the first part looks like in my next video, because I presently don't have it anywhere, but for next video I'll make sure to find something. But we'll start in the bottom. There are some flowers over here. We stitch a tree trunk. This is a flamingo, and a few more leaves or flowers up in the tree. That's basically part 1. But I make sure to show you a picture next video. Okay, that's my plans for today. And then tomorrow it's the 1st of June. And I'm going to be going back to the rotation I had before May. So basically, I'm going to have 1 non-full coverage piece that can be a fancy lady but does not have to be. 1 non-full coverage piece that has to be a fancy lady. 1 full coverage piece that does not have to be a fancy lady but can be. And 1 full coverage piece that has to be a fancy lady. And then there will be a 5th project, which basically is a daily project that I stitch on every day a little bit. Before May, those daily pieces were basically projects that I felt the need to stitch a little bit more on. Mostly those were fancy ladies. So in the end, I rotated through with, I think, 3 or 4 different projects. Yeah, I don't want that anymore. So I thought about it. I'm participating in WIPGO. WIPGO is a bingo board. I put my year-end goals on there, and every month 2 of those squares get called. And you try to finish them during the month, or you try to make an effort to at least stitch on them during the month. I did not really do that. I mean, there's WIPGO weekend, so 1 weekend every month where you stitch on the 2 projects that got called for that month, and you try for weekend goal. I always did that. So I did every month those pieces got called. I did at least 300 stitches on them for that Whipco weekend. But otherwise, I kind of ignored my Whipco board. And that's the reason it looks like this at the moment. So all those squares that are gray are the ones that got called. The ones with the pink check mark are the ones I finished. So as you can see, there are a lot of pieces already called for, and not a whole lot of them are finished. Especially because 2 of the finished squares have not yet been called for. So I decided for my daily project, I'm going to take all those gray squares that are not yet done, put them in the Tiny Decisions app in a wheel, and every week I spin for my daily project. This week we got mini Cinderella and so square number 1 and square number 17, so my Sleepy Hollow. And I put them in the wheel as well. And then I checked what was called for, and the one being called for my daily project has been Sleepy Hollow. So I'm going to stitch on this one once again. It's kind of complicated with this one to decide for a stitch count goal, because I'm not going to do 145 stitches on all of those projects. Some of those projects, for example, Supersize Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale has already been called for. If I do 145 stitches every day on this one, I'm busy about 2 hours with that one project every day, and I don't want to do that. At most, I want to have about an hour. So with this one, I decided to do every day 1 length of the moon. Every day 1 length of thread in anything over here, and 1 length of backstitch. I probably ran out of pieces to backstitch at the end of the month. At the going to the middle of the week. Then I just do 2 lengths of floss for anything of the cross stitches, except for the moon. Something like that. So no specific goals basically, but yeah, we'll see what I do. Probably focusing first on the tree to finish that one up. There's not a whole lot missing. As you can see, I'm quite far down already. As I said, the page break for page number 1 is around here. So I probably will just finish up the tree. Maybe even just let the threads hang down perked over there in the second row of pages. Not sure about that one yet. But I can't backstitch a whole lot on the tree because 1 length of backstitch is quite long. So we'll see about that. And then I probably move over here into that the pumpkin head. Or maybe in the horse. We'll see. But yeah, that's basically the plan for Sleepy Hollow, my daily piece. So that's that one. Then let's move to my full coverage piece that does not have to be a fancy lady. And this one isn't. And this week is not. This week it's Supersize Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale by Heaven Enough Designs. The artwork is by Amy Stewart. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm presently up here in that corner finishing the top shelf first before I move down to the second shelf, which will take me about 10 years. It's a big piece. So I show you where I'm at with this one. It's a big fabric, so it's complicated. This is where I'm at with this one. It's stitched on 40 count 1/110 stitch. Needleminder is from Lakeside Needlecraft. And I have only about 1,100 stitches left for my year-end goal. It would be amazing to finish this and to finish my year-end goal on this one this week. So I probably will leave it as my last project and then stitch on it as far as I can get, and hopefully finishing my year-end goal. That would be pretty amazing, actually. So we'll see about that. As you can see, I stopped over here, those diagonals, in the shelf itself, because I'm going to finish the first shelf first before I move further down. So here we go. I'm so happy with this one. I love it. It looks amazing. Bring a little bit closer so you can see all the details. I just love it. It's amazing. Yeah, can't wait to go back to this one. I last stitched on it during March, and then now one day for my Woodmania. And I really felt the urge to go back to this one and stitch some more on this, because I really, really love stitching on it. It's one of my favorite projects. It's just that I know it will take so much time that I don't see the use or the need to focus on it now, because I would neglect all my other projects because it would take so much time to finish it. But I really love it. So yeah, that's that. Next is my full coverage Fancy Lady. So this week, I basically already told you, it's Mini Katie and Cruncher once again. So it would be amazing if I finish one column. That would be pretty cool, but we'll see about that. Probably not possible because there's a lot of stitching in those columns. I think one of those columns would mean about 1,300 stitches. That's a lot. So yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, here she goes. That's Mini Katie and Cruncher. And then let's move to my non-full coverage pieces that does not have to be a Fancy Lady, but this week actually is, because it is Royal Games number 2 by Mirabilia. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I'll show you where I'm at. This one. So this is where I'm at. Oops, sorry. She stitched on a 32 count white lapsand linen 2/2 full crosses. Needleminder is from Danka Designs. And last time I stitched on her, I took the color on the top that was missing and stitched one length of thread before I moved to another color. I think this time I want to finish all this gold cranning in here and the rest of her bodice, to finish all the back stitching, the last bit of back stitching on this piece, and then start beading. There are beads missing in here and in her glove, a lot of beads missing over here, and in the front of her dress over here. So there's a lot of beads missing. So I think I want to do a little bit of that, but we'll see what I actually decide to do. But yeah, all of those holes over here are going to be beads, and I just have to get going with that because I do not want to have about 2 or 3 days of beading at the end. That's not going to happen. So that's why I always bead and backstitch as I go. Otherwise I'm crazy. But yeah, here she is. Well, Games number 2. And then my last project that I'm going to stitch on next week is going to be my non-full coverage Fancy Lady. And this week, that's going to be Cinderella Rags to Riches by John Elliott. So basically those are 2 patterns, but you can also stitch them combined, and that's what I'm going to do. But this year concentrating on Cinderella and Rags and hopefully finishing her. So I'll show you where I'm at that project. Here we go. So with this one, she stitched on a 28 count casual linen by Pictures Plus in the colorway Fog. I'm stitching 2/2. Needleminder is from Danka Designs. So you can see the window of the Cinderella and Rags part is already done, and then I started to move from top to bottom on her. So I'm just going to continue with that. Maybe finishing her skin, that would be really nice. But we'll see about that, how much I can get done. Probably going to stitch just one day on her. Getting done as much as I can, and you can see once again, those part threads are the threads parked for back stitching. So yeah, here we go. Really like that one as well, and we'll see how much I can get done. in about 1 day. So here we go. Okay. That's everything. I think it was a long one. I'm actually not sure. Because I always stitch in film in like sequences, and therefore I never know how long the video actually is. But I think it was a lot of talking because my throat is kind of dry and I need something to drink. Yeah, I showed you everything I stitch on. I show you everything I'm planning to stitch on next week. I will hopefully get to all my goals, but you never know. It would be amazing to start the Hello Sunshine Tree today. I hope I will get to that. And yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. So I hope you had a wonderful week. I hope you will have a wonderful week. And yeah, stay healthy, stay safe, and see you next Monday. Bye.